All clear. I repeat, the compound.
If you guys are interested in being a member, then click the join button down below to check out the available perks. The first tier is only $1. Thank you to those of you who choose to join. What's up mod squad, MOB back with another Division 2 video. In today's video, I'll be showcasing my TU12 AR hybrid build. This is a weapon damage / crit build, it's an armor stacking armor regen build, it's also a skill damage build. This build's a true hybrid and can be easily changed to fit your playstyle just by simply changing some core attributes. The way I've currently got it set up will allow me to be a run and gun build, so it's great for the heroic missions and control points. With a change of mods, this build's fully capable of taking on the legendary summit. When it comes to this build's damage, we're looking at 190% weapon damage, 183% critical hit damage and 50% crit chance, and on top of that, a whole load of skill damage thanks to the 4 yellow cores, the new exotic assault rifle, the capacitor, 1 piece of wave and wear, and finally the exotic memento backpack, boosting our skill damage further thanks to its 50% skill efficiency buff. Currently on this build, every trophy we pick up gives us 10% weapon damage, 30% bonus armor and 15% skill efficiency. On top of that, we also have the long term buff and memento, which for every trophy collected, we gain an additional 1% weapon damage, 1% skill efficiency and 0.5% armor regen for 300 seconds. Maximum stack is 30. So that is an extra 30% weapon damage, 3% armor regen and 30% skill efficiency for 5 minutes. Now to me, a hybrid build is a build that has a little bit of everything, blue, yellow and red. So far we have covered both red and yellow, so let's talk about the blues and this build's survivability. Currently this build has 3 blue cores, which gets us up to 1.2 million base armor. This can be increased further thanks to the 30% bonus armor or kill we gain from the exotic memento backpack's kill confirm talent. Not only does the memento give us bonus armor, but 3% regen for 5 minutes thanks to its long term buff. The memento backpack is the staple of this build because it contributes to our damage, survivability and skills. Both the memento backpack and the new exotic assault rifle, the capacitor, are truly what make this build a hybrid. Although we only have 2 red cores, we technically have 4. I say this because the capacitor's second part of its talent gives us 7.5% weapon damage for each yellow we have. We currently have 4 skill tiers and red cores give us 15% weapon damage max roll, so 2 yellows would equal 1 red core attribute. Now if you didn't want this to be a run and gun build, all you'd have to do is change the blue cores to either red or yellow, depending on whether you want to do more damage via your weapon or more damage via your skills. With this build, I'm currently using the Crusader shield. This is because it's a run and gun build and fits the playstyle. And alongside the shield, I'm using the striker drone, which serves as a great distraction for NPCs and also helps shred through all types of NPCs. These skills are just my preference and can be changed to suit your playstyle. Before we get into the build breakdown, don't forget guys to smash that like button as it really helps push the channel into the recommended section, which in turn helps the channel grow. Drop your opinions in the comment section below. I'll reply like I always do. Feel free to share this video as well on all social medias as it's going to help whoever sees it. Subscribe if you're new for lots more Division 2 content. And with that said, let's get into the build breakdown. Right guys, getting into the build breakdown, start for the specialization. We are using the technician, gives us the extra skill tier, gives us 10% skill damage. We also get extra damage to skill proxies, which is great for the robotics and the white tusk. So if you're running this in the legendary summit, great for that. Moving on to our primary weapon now, and it's the new capacitor assault rifle, the new exotic, which isn't so new now because it's been 2 or 3 weeks since it's been out. I've not posted probably in about 2 to 3 weeks now. That is because obviously the Christmas period, I took a little break. On top of that, I had family come and stay over, and then Britain has gone into lockdown, so my family are currently now stuck where I'm living, which makes it difficult to make videos. So I'm sure you guys will understand that. Here's the talent for the capacitor. If you guys want to pause the video to go over that in greater detail, feel free. We're going to look over the attachments. We have 10% critical hit chance on the scope, 30% critical hit damage on the muzzle. That is an insane amount of damage there for the muzzle for an attachment. We have the grip, which gives us 10% weapon handling, and finally the magazine giving us the extra 11 rounds. All round, it's a pretty nice assault rifle to use, I have to be honest. Even though we're using it as a run and gun build and it has a fire rate of 700 RPM, it's still pretty good, especially if you're hitting those headshots. Secondary, I'm using a FAMAS with InSync. That hardly comes out, but it's still nice to use with a shield. Moving on to the gear pieces now, starting off with our first piece, which is our mask. A Fenris mask giving us 10% assault rifle damage. We have 14.9% weapon damage, 12% critical hit damage, 6% crit chance, and 11.9% critical hit damage via a mod. Moving on to our chest piece, and this chest piece is optional. You don't have to have the Bellstorm Armory for the 1% armor regen. You could switch this out for the extra crit chance from the Seska, but I decided to go for the armor regen. you have 10.2% critical hit chance, 12% critical hit damage, 11.9% critical hit damage, and then obliterate. Critical hits increase total weapon damage by 1% for 5 seconds, stacks up to 25 times. Moving on to the holster now, we have a improvised holster. I rolled a skill tier on there. We have 10.5% critical hit damage, 6% critical hit chance, and then 12% critical hit damage via a mod. Guys, if you don't understand improvised gear, they just give you an extra mod slot on your holster, gloves, and knee pads, and that's all there is to it. When you craft them, they can roll with anything on them as well, so they are very difficult to craft and get the rolls that you want, but if you get those rolls, it's worth it. Moving on to the backpack, and it's the staple of the build. This is what truly makes it a hybrid, is the memento. I've already spoke about this earlier on in the video. If you guys want to go over the talent, feel free to pause the video. We have 15% weapon damage, 160k armor, and then we have the 1 skill tier, of course, and then finally in our mod slot, 11.5% critical hit damage. Now moving on to the gloves, we have Grupo gloves giving us 15% critical hit damage. I rolled these for 1 skill tier. I did have these rolled as a blue. I'm just testing things out at the moment. Earlier on in the video, I did say 3 blues. As you can see here, we currently have 2. It was the gloves that had the extra blue on it, but I rolled it for a skill tier, just testing things out. I still say if you go for run and gun build to have 3 blues, it's just a nice amount of armor to get back at 30%. We have 11.5% critical hit damage and 6% crit chance. And then finally, our knee pads are 1 piece of wave and wear, which gives us 10% skill damage. We have the 1 skill tier, 10% skill damage rolled on there, and then 4.8% critical hit chance. And that is it for the gear pieces. Now, when it comes to the skills, of course, using the Crusader shield, it's just perfect paired with these run and gun builds. As you can see, it's a tier 6. Looking at the mods on here, we have 4.9% shield health, 4.6% shield health, and then 5% damage bonus, which doesn't apply. So looking at our second skill, and it's my favorite skill in the game, it's a striker drone, using it as a distraction for NPCs. This one also does quite a bit of damage as well, because it's at a tier 5. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. Looking at the attachments on here, we have 7.1% duration, the longer it's out the better, 9.2% health, and then 4.8% damage. And that is pretty much it for this build, guys. These skills are just my preference. Same with the cores on the build. You can switch these around. Find what works for you. Don't forget, this is a blueprint. It's a template for you guys to follow to change up to fit your playstyles. I'm going to leave you guys with a stat sheet. Don't forget, guys, to smash that like button. It's really important you do, as it really does help the channel get into the recommended section. And it's going to help us grow. We're now on the road to 25k. That's my short-term goal. My long-term goal for 2021 is 50k. And I'm only going to do that if you guys smash that like button and drop comments down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out, Mob Squad.